Greetings, friends. It is good to be with you all. We find ourselves in strange and interesting times. It is odd to be speaking to you in this format, but this is where we find ourselves with things and in the world that we currently live in. As many of you already know, under the pastoral direction of our bishop and also under the authority of the government leadership, we have suspended all on-site activities at St. John's Church for the next several weeks. This being the case, we want to let you know that our goal is to try to stay connected to you and to have us stay connected to one another. To that end, we've got some new things that we'll be doing. One of the things that we'll be doing is we will be offering Sunday morning worship that you can access online through our Facebook page or through our website, and we are hopeful that that will be a service, although it will be modified, but a service that will allow you to feel connected to your church and to one another on Sunday mornings. We're also hopeful that we will be able to do more of this type of communication with you and have various members of our pastoral staff from time to time on a fairly regular schedule, a couple of times a week, reaching out to you with some biblical teaching, some other content about things that we're going to continue to be plugged in the church. We know that there's a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty out there during this time, and that is normal. We too feel that fear and feel that uncertainty, but we just want to encourage you that God is present with us and that this is not a surprise to God. And we also see this as an opportunity to be connected with you in new and different ways. And so our hope is that we would continue to be able to do that through technology, through the telephone, and through some other ways as well. We want to encourage you too during this time to try to stay connected to one another. We want to encourage you to reach out to your neighbors, to reach out to fellow parishioners with a phone call, see how folks are doing. We think it's imperative during this time and with all the uncertainty that we not allow ourselves to be isolated. While we may be called to be isolated physically from one another, we live in a world that allows us to not be isolated spiritually from one another and to not be isolated relationally from one another. God has called us into relationship with Him through His Son Jesus Christ, and God has called us into deep and intimate relationships with one another. So I want to encourage you to reach out to those around you in your neighborhood and to reach out to fellow parishioners, particularly those that are elderly or that may be living alone. We want to be the church. During this time when we can't do church as we traditionally have by gathering together in the building, that doesn't mean we can't continue to be the church. So we just want to encourage you. Again, it's a weird thing to be talking to you over video. It's weird for us. It's weird for you. But during the next several weeks, this is the way that we're going to be able to do it. And we need to be grateful that we live in a time when technology allows us to stay connected to one another, even when we're under directions from our government to stay physically isolated. Just want to encourage you that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power and of love and of self-control. And we want to let you know that all the things that we are doing and that we will do moving forward are going to be motivated not out of fear, but out of love for one another. The reason that we've canceled and suspended on-site activities is out of love for our neighbors. We want everyone to stay healthy and to stay well, and all the healthcare authorities and government authorities are telling us that the best way we can do that is to stay physically separate from each other. Thank you again for your love for us. We have felt that love from our parishioners. Want you to know that we love you and we are here. For the short term, if you have any pastoral needs, we'll be trying to handle those primarily through the telephone and through other means. But obviously, if there is a dire emergency, we're going to be there for you. So feel free to contact any of our staff or our clergy directly. We are here. We are working. We may just not be in this office building or on site here, but we're going to do our best to continue to be the church faithfully, even if we're in a time where we can't just do church the way that we always have. God bless you. We love you. Trust that Jesus is in charge, and He has this, even if we're not sure where it's going to end or what it's going to look like. God knows, and His desire for us is health. His desire for us is wholeness, and His desire is that we would feel and live in His joy. So that is our hope, that is our trust, and those are our marching orders moving forward, to continue to love each other and to continue to be the church, even in these trying times. God bless you. We love you, and you will be hearing from us regularly over the next several weeks.